Alright, what is going on, everybody? Hello and welcome. DSP here, live on the stream. Today is Monday, November 7th, 2016. It's the start of a brand new gaming week. It's the start of something good, because we got a lot of stuff on the docket this week. In fact, there's so much going on this week. I already was talking with people in my stream chat about this earlier. I'm honestly a little nervous as to if I'm actually going to be able to cover everything that I want to cover this week. I really am. Because at this point, it's kind of looking to me like I don't know if I'm going to actually physically have enough time to do everything that I want to do this week. Alright, I'll talk a little bit about that in a moment, but first, let's get to business. Welcome to the gameplay stream, and today's two streams, actually. Two streams today. I know a lot of people might not realize that, because usually I don't do that. But yes, there will be two gameplay streams today. Alright. The first gameplay stream is right now, and it is Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, the campaign. Okay? So, I'm going to be seeing how far I can get in the campaign today. I don't know how far I'm going to get in the campaign, quite honestly. We're going to see. From my memory, if memory serves right, the campaign of this game is roughly around 5 hours long, but I remember having some difficulty in a couple different parts where I died a lot back when I first played this game in 2007. Now, it does need to be said that 2007 Phil and 2016 Phil are two very different people. Back then, I wasn't playing console games all the time. I wasn't playing first-person shooters all the time. This was actually the end of 2007 when I had effectively retired from competitive Street Fighter and was re-immersing myself in the realm of video games. And so, yeah, I had a lot of difficulty with this campaign back then. Will I have it now? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a lot better. I don't know. Maybe I'll still suck. I still remember this one part where you're pinned down, I believe with another person called McMillan, and it's just the two of you, and you are being swarmed with enemies. They're all after you, and you're like trying to hide so they can't find you, and all you really have are sniper rifles. So you have to hold your time before a chopper comes to save you. And boy, do I remember that mission being a major pain in my ass. I remember having to do it over and over and over. So we'll see when I get to it if it's as difficult as I remember. Okay? So, that's what this stream will be. Starting off with the campaign of Modern Warfare Remastered. I certainly do not think I'm going to finish it during this stream. No way. Later tonight, I'll be doing more Modern Warfare Remastered multiplayer, because I played this on Friday, and surprisingly enough, even though there was a streak of maybe 4 matches where I did absolutely terrible, most of the matches I did pretty decently. And it's because I used to play the hell out of this game, and I started remembering the maps and the tactics and everything. And as I started unlocking new guns and stuff, I started to get better. And then eventually I realized, okay, you know, I'm getting things again. I'm getting it down pat. I'm starting to remember. So I think people want to see more of that because it was entertaining. It was interesting, right, to see me play a game that I've already played before and actually do pretty decently in certain situations. Of course, the rage as well when something cheap happens or if I go on a bad streak. It's equally entertaining, I think, okay? So that being said, okay, all that being said, it's going to be a fun day of Modern Warfare Remastered coverage on both of my gameplay streams. This stream is starting right now, obviously. My second stream of the multiplayer will be at 7 p.m. Pacific time, okay? And reminder, when I say that, I mean 6.5 hours from right now when I'm saying it, because a lot of people aren't aware that daylight savings time has started here in the United States. It started yesterday, so everything here is now an hour later, basically. So I say 7 p.m., but normally it would have been 8 p.m. 2 days ago, okay? So that's going to be fun. A good day of, you know, coverage. I'm excited for it, alright? Tomorrow, I'm returning to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 for my main gameplay stream. And I'm thinking tomorrow night, I probably should continue with the campaign of Modern Warfare Remastered, and or if I at all can, try to beat the campaign of Modern Warfare Remastered. So that way, it's done, it's over with, it's not lingering, okay? Wednesday, I'm thinking of doing a full day of coverage of Infinite Warfare. Because what I'm thinking of doing is, first of all, doing the zombies on my first gameplay stream. So if at all you are interested in maybe doing some zombies gameplay with me on Wednesday, please contact me via email, darksidefil@hotmail.com, or you can tweet me at TheyCallMeDSP and let me know. I actually have to contact Venomous Fat Man because he's been trying to contact me for like 3 days in regards to zombies, but I haven't been interested in playing it yet, and I realized, oh, I'm probably going to do it Wednesday. Maybe I should ask him if he's available. So, we'll see. So, probably I'll do zombies, my first half of Wednesday, and the second half of Wednesday, I am going to probably play more Infinite Warfare multiplayer, and I know a lot of people saw the 6 or so videos I released last night and had a good laugh because they saw how ludicrous the multiplayer is of this game. But the bottom line is I only played 6 matches. I really should play more than that. I should try to play a couple different game modes, and I should try to at least get a little bit more of experience under my belt, because I'm going to want to review Infinite Warfare, and I certainly can't do that until I actually play more, okay? So that's probably going to be Wednesday. Thursday, I'm hoping to finish Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I'm hoping that within 2 more sessions that I'll have beaten the game, and I think I can do it because all I've got left in the game is a little bit of side content with Guru, 1 more side content mission with Frieza, and then the story. So I'm already 2/3 through the story, so I think within 1 to 2 more sessions, I may be able to beat the game, okay? So I'm hoping to wrap that up on Thursday. And then Friday's the premiere of Dishonored 2, which I'm playing all day long. If you were waiting for my Dishonored 2 coverage, you're going to be very happy on Friday, because I'm doing 2 different streams of it, okay? Just like today, I'm doing 2 streams of Modern Warfare. Friday's all about Dishonored 2. Now, that takes us into the weekend, and guess what? I haven't even reviewed anything, alright? So what I'm hoping to do is starting this weekend, maybe Saturday night, work on and maybe even release a review, maybe Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 review, okay? And then what I'm hoping for is next week to start reviewing the Call of Duty games, because obviously I need to review Infinite Warfare. I might mention a little bit about Modern Warfare Remastered in there as well. And then that week after, we've got Watch Dogs 2, Pokemon Moon, so I'm going to be immersed now in these other new games. Here's the thing, here's the difficulty I'm having. Covering the games, but covering them enough to review them, but then not having the time to actually review them. That's the problem I'm facing right now. And I already know I'm already in a little bit of trouble with KO Gaming because I didn't put a video out on that channel for a month. A lot of the viewership is kind of not paying attention to it. I've got 23,000 subscribers on KO Gaming, and I've only got about 7,000 people who are watching the videos. So obviously that means 14,000 people, 15, 16,000 people fell asleep during a month when I didn't release any videos. And I need to get that back. But the only way I'm going to do that is by putting out consistent video content. Right now I'm in a good spot because the past few weeks I've reviewed Mafia 3 and Battlefield 1 and the Dark Souls DLC, and I just reviewed Titanfall 2. But I'm worried now that I'm going to start lagging behind because I'm covering so much new stuff and I'm not going to be able to put out reviews. So, it's a tricky one, okay? It really is a tricky one. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. And hopefully, I will be able to start putting out reviews starting this weekend, okay? And then hopefully I'll find a time, at least one night a week, where I can dedicate to start working on these reviews, because I definitely need to be reviewing games, okay? So that's kind of what's going on in regards to all the coverage this week. Now, outside of all that, it seems that the big hype today is the Mass Effect Andromeda trailer dropped. I watched it. I liked it. I tweeted a little bit about it. And immediately I started to get messages. Phil, you should do a reactions video. Phil, you've got to do a reactions video to this trailer. You know all the big YouTubers are going to be doing reactions videos, right? To which I responded, sure, yeah, those big YouTubers who aren't covering all the new games for this gaming season, who aren't doing nearly as much coverage of anything, because a lot of them just sit there and talk to a camera. It's a fluff piece, you know? Live reactions. We play a trailer illegally and talk over it with our over-exaggerated live reactions, which is something that I've never agreed with, and I think it's completely fucking stupid, and I still to this day believe that it's fucking stupid, and why anyone would watch that, I have no idea. There's zero value to it, okay? As I just described to you, I'm insanely busy right now with all of these games, and I would much rather, for myself and my own enjoyment, but also for the usefulness of what I'm doing as a YouTuber, to continue to cover the new games and releases and do as much as I can with them, rather than take time out from covering new stuff and fall behind in order to do a fluff piece reactions video to the Mass Effect trailer. Here's my reactions to the Mass Effect Andromeda trailer. It looks good. I was blown away by the giant monster boss thing that it looks like you're going to be fighting in real time. It looked really awesome. I thought maybe that might even be Saren at the end of the trailer, because it kind of looks like him, although it looks like he's been mutated in some way, and I wouldn't, being that this is a sci-fi series, I wouldn't put it past the writers to make some reason why he could live for 600 years and be in this game. Okay? There's my reaction. That's all you need to know. I don't need to make a giant video about it. I don't need to live react to it to get millions of views of stupidity. I don't do fluff pieces. You know what I mean? I don't think I've ever done a fluff piece for YouTube. The stuff that I put out there is meaningful, at least, to me, and I would hope to my viewers. So, no, I'm not going to drop everything I'm doing and fall even further behind with all these new releases in order to do a fluff piece reactions video. But I guarantee you there will be hundreds and hundreds of YouTubers who will drop everything and do it. Excuse me. And when you ask, gee, you know, when is my favorite YouTuber going to review this game? Why does it seem like it's taking forever? Gee, why didn't my favorite YouTuber cover this game? Well, they were probably busy doing an easy reactions video and dropping everything for cheap views rather than actually doing work. I'm just saying, that's my philosophy and my work ethic, is that I'm going to keep plugging away, I'm going to keep moving forward, covering the stuff for you, and stop wasting time with these fluff pieces. Now, not to say that there weren't times this year that I didn't do reactions videos, but those were times when there was nothing going on. If it was slow, right, and gaming was very slowed down and nothing happening, then I would do a video like that, because then it's something to fill time, right? Right now is the worst possible time to be doing that kind of stuff. And sorry, my work ethic is just better. That's all I'm saying. It is. I'm too busy with important stuff. I don't have time to drop everything. If this were dead time of the year, maybe I would do it. It's not. This is the polar opposite, and so I'm going to keep plugging away. Like I said, I'm sure there's hundreds upon hundreds of people who are going to be making these generic fucking reactions videos. You can go watch those, and I'm going to continue to cover games. Okay. So, there you have it. There's your answer. Now, there's really not much else to talk about, alright? So I do want to get into this campaign right away. So, very quickly we'll do a few plugs, and then we'll get started. Just the one final thing I want to say, alright, is, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you did pledge to my Patreon in the month of October, I, last night, sent everyone private messages on Patreon.com to whom, at least via the data that I see, okay, I owe perks. Now, the one perk that I did do already was the text crawl in the weekend preview last night. If you didn't see it, I strongly recommend you watch it, because it is the longest text crawl ever, because we had so many patrons in October. But I already got a message from someone saying their name wasn't in the text crawl, you know, and they wanted to let me know. And the reason I'm concerned is because Patreon basically implemented this pay up front service and didn't put anything into the actual business to support it. So I get the feeling what's happening is some people are doing, oh, I want to support Phil, I'm going to do a $20 pledge, but I don't want to do that every month, so I'll lower the pledge, okay? And I think what's happening is the pledge goes through, but once they lower their pledge or remove their pledge, it disappears. And I can't see it. There's no listing for me anywhere to see that someone pledged. Alright? So I already got that message from one person. I'm like, that's not good, man. That's certainly not good. Okay? Certainly not good for me to have people who are pledging and not getting what they're owed. Okay? So, if you pledged in October, I need you to check your Patreon.com inboxes. Alright? I need you to confirm that you got the PM that's appropriate to the perk that you're owed. If you didn't, you gotta tell me, because then I need to basically dig deep into the data. I saved the emails from last month from when people pledged originally, so I can confirm who pledged what, and I want to get you your perks properly, but sadly Patreon didn't really think ahead when they implemented this new system, and it seems to be screwing stuff over, and I want to make sure that that's not the case, okay? So, please, ladies and gents, please do due diligence, because I can only do so much from my side as one person, alright? Alright, now, let's do this quickly. Plugs. Number one, Loot Crate. If I have time today, I'm actually unboxing a new Loot Crate, because, ladies and gentlemen, the Marvel Goods and Gear Loot Crate has arrived, and I'd like to unbox it today, but I don't know if I'm going to have time between the streams. We'll see. If I do, that will be released on the King of Hate vlogs today. And if you enjoy any of my unboxings, the Loot Gaming, the Loot Anime, the Standard Loot Crate, this Marvel Loot Crate, and next month I'll be doing the WWE Slam Crate, and you're interested in maybe getting one of these subscriptions yourself, well, you can use my referral code, my referral link, which is lootcrate.com/darksidephil, and you could use my discount code, which is SaveMe10DSP. Save me 10 DSP to save 10% on any new Loot Crate subscription. Good idea for the holidays, right? Maybe you want to get something for yourself, want to get something for a loved one, a friend. It's a good idea, good gift idea. And I've been enjoying the Loot Crates I've been unboxing lately. Give it a look over on the King of Hate Vlogs channel if you haven't seen any of those videos yet. Pretty good stuff. And I'm looking forward to this Marvel crate, okay? Alright. So, let's continue. Got Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP. Follow me on Twitter for all kinds of updates, including, schedule updates, so you know what I'm doing on a daily basis. If anything changes with the business, I cover all kinds of gaming news. In fact, I gave my opinion on, for example, the Mass Effect Andromeda trailer today on Twitter. I was like, wow, this looks really good. Is this Saren? Blah, blah, blah. That's the kind of stuff you can get from me there. But in addition, there's some fun stuff, pictures and stuff that I post up from time to time as well. All right, it's not just about the business. It's also about being social with people. So please consider following me on Twitter. In particular, last night people voted on today's streams. So there you go. It's a no-brainer. If you want to actually have some control over what I do on a daily basis, you got to follow me on Twitter. All right. Also, KO Gaming, I already mentioned, doing lots of reviews over there recently. Going to be doing a lot more reviews over there in the coming future. So please check out KO Gaming, youtube.com/KO Gaming1. That's where I do all the edited style stuff. Patreon, you already know about, patreon.com/DarkSidePhil. Had a great October, and I want to say again, thank you to the people who are continuing to pledge. I actually got a few more new pledges overnight. It looks like people are really excited about this multiplayer event because they all seem to be like $5 pledges that are coming in. So I think a lot of people are going to be involved and want to play this multiplayer event coming up. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here it is. If we hit the funding goal for the month of November and you pledge $5 or more, you're going to be able to play multiplayer with me in a controlled environment. What that means is no trolling. We'll actually be able to use voice communications. We'll be able to work as a squad in these games and kick ass together collectively. The last time that I did an event like this earlier this year, it was a huge success. People loved it. Not only because of the variety of games that I played, but because it was an opportunity to actually have quality gameplay with me. Unlike events in the past that I tried to do, and sadly there were either too many people trying to get in, and a lot of people couldn't get in and were disappointed, or they'd get in there and then there'd be trolling and stupidity and just these dumb kids who want to fucking, ruin stuff for everyone. There will have none of that in this event, because it is a, set up event for patrons. So, games including Battlefield 1, Overwatch, Gears of War 4, Titanfall 2, and of course, Call of Duty Modern Warfare and Infinite Warfare. So there's going to be a lot of games involved in this event, and I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. So $5 or more pledge by the end of this month if you want to get in on that. Don't worry, it's not just obviously about that. There's also your own personal perks. For example, getting text or verbal thank yous in my videos, getting your questions answered on Ask the King, getting premium forum access so you can nominate and vote on games for events. For example, right now, patrons, as of last night, are now nominating and soon will be voting on indie games for my upcoming Indies Marathon, which is going to take place on Monday, November 28th. Okay? So that's the kind of stuff you can get in on by being a patron. There you go. More details, obviously, go to patreon.com/DarkSidePhil, and it explains everything fully. There you have it. And last but not least, my girlfriend Leanna owns her own business called The Black Currant, where she sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. It's been doing pretty good recently. And we're in the holiday season now, right? We're finally past Halloween. It's time to start thinking about gifts for Christmas, right? You got a friend or a loved one or a significant other, maybe get them some nice scented soaps, some wax tart melts, make both their bodies and their homes smell good. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. And don't just take my word for it when I say that this stuff is great. Check out the website for yourself, where you will see tons of positive customer feedback from over the years that Leanna has operated this business. I'm very proud of her for owning her own small business. It's great stuff. All right. That is it. Cheers, everyone. It is now time to begin. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm ready to get my ass handed to me, because I remember that one fucking sniping stage whipped my ass the first time I played this campaign. And then when I got past it, the rest of the game was easier. And I was like, oh, man. Alright, well, we'll see. Alright, folks. Thank you very much. I appreciate you being patient. It is now time to begin with the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign. Thank you for voting overnight. Thank you for being here live on stream. Let's do this, right? It's time to go back to the classics. Alright, here we go, and let's begin.